Here we show a little project, well it's quite a large project as a matter of fact, that they've laid the foundation for, which is a project by the Sharia, Minhajul Sharia, Jamia Minhajul Sharia, for an Islamic university, a modern Islamic university, based on enlightened moderation, where the kids can learn Islamic jurisprudence, as well as the other knowledges such as economics and information technology and Islamic finances and Islamic banking. So the Maulana has really good plans here. They've laid the foundation, but again they're stuck here for lack of funding. So they have the land here, but there's really no concrete plan to raise a building here and to put a lively institution. But they have good ideas, they have good dreams here, so we're just going to go to their main board here. Maulana is quite optimistic to show that hopefully, inshallah, if not now, in the future, they will have a very large Islamic university. So they've laid the foundation for it, and they have got really good. So now this is the main board of the Islamic university that they've laid a foundation for. So the Maulana wants to build a very large institution here, a modern form of not only just Islamic education, but also other sciences and disciplines such as biological sciences, life sciences, as well as geography, computer science, and having the basic foundation based on Islamic principles. So as you can see here, this is the main foundation, and Maulana prays that somebody will come and raise a building here, and hopefully it will become a reality for him. So this school, this institution, this madrasa, whatever you want to call it, Maulana calls it an Islamic university that wants to lay its foundations here to cover all of these poor people that are living in this Orangi town area. As you can see, really further down, you see all of these people living in, mud houses, as it were. We're going inside these houses to just give you a view of how much poverty that these people are living in. And it's really education that will get these people out of poverty. Education, basic knowledge, basic education that will allow them to have a good living and also have good Islamic principles where they can become good citizens. So what Maulana plans here is that if they have an Islamic university here, it would cater for about 50,000 girls to be educated here, because a large portion of this area is just so deprived and so, below the poverty line. So Maulana wants this institution, this Islamic university, to be not just for the boys, but has put a lot of emphasis on girls, because girls in this poor area hardly get any kind of education. And then when they don't get that kind of education, then they fall victim to domestic violences and other problems that are very prevalent in this kind of neighborhood, as it were. So they have the land. It's the matter of getting the funding to raise a big building and then build a strong institution that gives them all the equipments to have a tukri mein hum bana denge ye acha aur tukde. Now we're just looking at the back view of the madrasa for the girls as well as for the boys, and overlooking that you can see some of the areas of Orangi town. So it's quite a large madrasa that they have here, with very high expenses that they have to cover every month. Now over the other side, if you look, is where the main Maulana will take us now, is where they're trying to drill a hole in the ground, and so far they want to take it up to 1,000 foot, I believe, where they can find water here, because water is it's something that is so scarce here, and it's such an essential thing. So we're just going to go towards there. I think they've drilled up to about 300 feet with no sign of water. Maximum they can go up to about 1,000, and hopefully, fingers crossed, if they can get some water here, that will solve a lot of their problems. But again, this is an ad hoc. The main solution that they need is to have a main water pipeline from the main government supply directly coming to the madrasa, which they don't have at the moment. Bulk of their water supply is coming through tankers, which is very inefficient, and it has to be done on a very regular basis. So this is a cheap solution that they're trying to find with a driller hole, and hopefully they can get some water in the ground. Not many people have had success here, so let's see, hopefully inshallah, if they can find some water here. But again, as I mentioned, ideally they want to get a proper main supply coming into the madrasa, and that will solve a lot of their problems and a lot of the difficulties, especially for these young. Okay, now we've reached the main area where they're trying to drill for some water here. Hopefully they can go up to about 1,000 where they can strike some water here. But they still haven't had any luck yet. It's gone up to about 300, but they want to take it up to about 1,000. So here is the main area. As you can see, there's just a lot of desert here, and right on the far you can see the two beautiful buildings. One is for the girls' madrasa and one is for the boys. And all of this land here you can see is just empty space and people. And here's the tent where the people are living, so they can work every day and try to drill this hole and hopefully get some water for the kids that are reading the Quran every day. I'm told that a person has donated this land. All of this land that you see here was donated by a person so that they can build a better facility here for the people. But unfortunately, due to the lack of funds here, it looks like a distant dream, as it were. But a person has donated all of this land here for the madrasa so that they can build a good institute here, good standard university where the girls, especially the orphan girls and boys, can get a good education here in Islamic jurisprudence. But also Maulana has plans for other education such as computer, economics, so that these kids can go out and have both of their Islamic knowledge as well as their worldly knowledge, and combine them together to bring a good change in society and be honest in what they do and be good citizen, as it were. Here's some kids just enjoying a bit of cricket here. Now we're going to go to another smaller mosque, which is also part and under Minhajul Jamia, Minhajul Sharia, and Maulana will just show us this small masjid. And just as a side note, all of this land has been donated to the madrasa, but they don't have the funds to build on anything. So it's quite a big land here. And as you can see, Maulana is taking us, the Imam is taking us to the mosque, small mosque. And this ground, some of the students from the madrasa are enjoying a bit of cricket here. This is a small mosque that they've laid a foundation for. Because bear in mind that the madrasa has a mosque, but it's largely populated by the students here. So what they had the land here, but they want to build a very big mosque here for this huge population of orangutan. As you can see from a distance, that the houses on the actual mountains here. There's such a big population here, but there's really no mosque here. There is a very small mosque there, but it's just too small to cater for anything. So they've got the land here. And as you can see, they've laid the foundation, but due to the lack of funds, they haven't really managed to take off this project and build a really nice masjid here for the local people here.